Dear children, welcome to 10th Standard History. As you can see on the screen, there are 14 chapters in 10th Standard History. Today, we will learn Chapter 12, the First World War between 1914 and 1918. The First World War, 1914 to 1918. Dear students, here is the video clipping of a war scene. Observe how there is lot of commotion and people fighting with one another, leading to disastrous results. Whenever there is a war, there is destruction. Perhaps you know history has got number of events related to war, and one such event is World War. This was first of its kind in the history of mankind. The First World War. What do you mean by this? Not that all the countries of the world took part in it, but the magnitude of the result in terms of destruction was maximum. The impact of this war was felt by all the countries all over the world. That's how this is termed as the First World War. Now, let's go further to know about this mega event. Capsule 1. Dear children, under First World War, the current learning points are the causes of the First World War, the course of the First World War, results of the First World War, and the League of Nations. In this capsule, we will learn the causes of the First World War and the course of the First World War. In the first section, let's learn about the causes of the World War. 1. Aggressive nationalism. 2. The system of rival alliances. 3. The armament race. And 4. Assassination at Sarajevo, 1914. Please write down all these points in your book. Now, let's review them one by one. Aggressive nationalism. What does this mean? Nationalism is one's love towards his nation, language, culture, etc. People of that nation had too much love for their own people and nation. The sense of superiority among the Europeans made them very proud of their countries, causing fights with the neighboring countries. Fighting for colonies, and this took place especially in Africa. There were two important countries, mainly Germany and England. English colonies are shown in purple color and that of Germany are shown in green color. England had already acquired a large number of colonies in various parts of the world, almost in all the continents. But in Africa, Germany entered into the race, and this led to a sort of open conflict between them. This is how, every country thought it was a matter of prestige to have colonies. Now, we will learn about the second cause for the World War, the system of rival alliances. Several countries of Europe entered into the alliance to safeguard their own economic and political interest. You will understand this better as we go on. We have already understood that there were two important countries in Europe which were behaving as rivals, one being Germany and the other England. When these two countries were unusually strong, the other countries thought they were weak and they needed protection from some other strong country. And that's how Europe was divided into two important groups, and the first one was Triple Alliance headed by Germany, followed by Austria, Hungary, and Italy. You can also observe Triple Alliance, which was also considered as Axis power. The other rival group, Triple Entente, was led by England, followed by France and Russia. This was also considered as Allied power. Now, you are looking at a map of Europe. The countries that are circled in red belong to Triple Alliance and circled in blue belong to Triple Entente. In the course of time, some countries also joined either of the two groups. For example, Turkey joined the group of Triple Alliance or Axis power. Bulgaria also joined them. Similarly, Japan took the group of Triple Entente. Like this, several other countries also joined them, but mainly two groups, Triple Entente and Triple Alliance. They were headed by Germany on the side of Triple Alliance, and on the side of Triple Entente, England was the leader. Please write down this information in your notebook. The next cause was the armament race. When the rivalry was going on like this, the leaders, as well as the follower countries, thought it was better to have more and more arms and ammunitions. The mutual suspicion of Triple Alliance and Triple Entente gave rise to arms race, where the countries belonging to these two groups competed with each other to increase the strength of the army and kind of weapons their armies had. Some new types of armaments were being produced and they were piled up in huge stocks on both the sides. Especially England and Germany took this as a sort of competition. This led to a sort of dangerous situation. It was almost at the ignition point. Anytime war would start, every preparation was there. It was there in their mind. It was there in the form of armaments and also in the form of their groupism. Now, we'll see the fourth and the immediate cause of the First World War, that is, assassination at Sarajevo in 1914. The word assassination means killing people in power with a conspiracy. Serbia and Bosnia had a common capital called Sarajevo, which was part of the Empire of Austria-Hungary in Triple Alliance. Austria was the controlling country, but Hungary did not like the domination of Austria. When the Crown Prince of Austria was on a visit to the capital of Serbia, that is Sarajevo, he was murdered. Austria was angered by this act and they declared war against Serbia. Russia mobilized her forces in support of Serbia. At this point, Germany declared war in support of Austria. Thus, one country after the other was dragged into the war. This led to the First World War, and finally, the disastrous World War broke out. Timeline of the First World War 1914 to 1918. Important events for the cause of the First World War are shown over the screen. You can observe them on the timeline, which helps you to remember these points better for a long time. Dear children, as you all know, in history, it is very important to remember the dates and events. We will slowly build the timeline of the First World War as the lesson goes on. Please write down these important points in your book. Points to remember. Causes of the First World War: 1. Aggressive nationalism. 2. The system of rival alliances, that is, Triple Alliance, Axis power, and Triple Entente, Allied power. 3. The armament race. And 4. Immediate cause, that is, Austrian Crown Prince was assassinated by a Serbian in 1914 in Sarajevo, Bosnia. The First World War broke out in 1914. Please write down these important points in your book. Dear children, now let us recall what you have learnt about the First World War. Think and answer. Dash were considered as a matter of national prestige. Answer: colonies. Colonies were considered as a matter of national prestige. Dear children, please pair up with your friend and answer the following. Name the two alliances along with their countries. Answer: Triple Alliance or Axis power comprises of Germany, Austria and Hungary, and Italy. Triple Entente or Allied power comprises of England, France, and Russia. Think and answer. Identify the immediate cause of the First World War from the following options. Option 1. Aggressive nationalism. Option 2. The system of rival alliances. Option 3. The armament race. And option 4. Assassination at Sarajevo, 1914. The answer is option 4, assassination at Sarajevo, 1914. Think and answer. The First World War started in. Your options are A. 1916, B. 1915, C. 1914, and D. 1918. The correct answer is option C, 1914.